What's going on, everyone? Yes, it is another toy review, and the lizard man that stands in front of you is Caiman. Now, this character is from a popular manga called Dorohedoro, and this figure is made by ThreeZero. Now, I've done this review already, but I decided to do a 2.0 version because the last review was actually pretty dark. So let's go ahead and jump back into this review and see what this figure has to offer with better lighting and better details being shown. Alright, as always, we're going to do a full 360 of good old Caiman here, and let's see how his suit is done and how good ThreeZero actually paid attention to detail. So I must say off the bat, as for ThreeZero, they knocked this out the park. This is by far one of my best figures so far in my toy collection. I really found myself fond of this actual character, and also just this design work of this figure alone. The actual weathering on the suit is amazing. You can see it all throughout the outfit, along his sleeves, his actual straps from his book bag going down to his pants. You can see like the little splatter stains. You can see the weathering on the pants, on the knee pads as well. And even the shoes have some weathering to it. Alright. So that's the front. Let's go to the side real quick. What's nice about this too, so in the book, Caiman, let me show y'all one thing. Also, what's nice about this, he actually has some Adidas on, one of my favorite pair of shoes. So, got that going on. But what I was saying is, what's nice is that in the manga, Caiman works like pretty much in some real dungy places, and they express that so well on this outfit, just weathering it the way they did. And what's nice, the weathering actually has texturing. That's something that ThreeZero is kind of known for, where it's not just a color palette that you're looking at. You're feeling whatever they put on top of the fabric or on the figure itself. So this actually has a really nasty, grimy feel on his sleeve. So it feels like he probably either killed something and the blood kind of just like dried up on the outfit itself. It was really nicely done. And the reason why I'm going kind of slow and doing it in this fashion, Caiman is a pretty huge figure. He's not your standard 12-inch figure. He is a 1/6 scale figure, but he stands, I believe, 14 to 15 inches tall. So he's not short by any means. You're dealing with a very large figure here. So I kind of got to scale the camera back and forth just to even get a full view of him. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and call that the 360. Don't need to show you the other side because it's identical. Alright, now let's go ahead and look at height comparison real fast of Caiman. Just to kind of give you an idea how tall this figure really is. Here's a 12-inch figure. I'm going to use the Van Damme I used the last time. And I'm going to say he's definitely, I think he is 15 inches. Look at the height difference. What's nice about this difference between their heights, Caiman is pretty fucking huge in the book. So they really did nail the fact of a very large character. He's massive. So he actually comes to damn near not even the neck. If that was a regular human head, he's pretty damn big. So that's the nice thing about this figure. Really great touch on ThreeZero part. Now let's go ahead and jump into accessories real quick. Alright. So what's nice about Caiman, he comes with a very nice amount off the jump, but he actually has something extra just because this is the exclusive version. I will be showing that to you in a second. So this is his extra head. He get his mask version. What's nice, the glass part is transparent, or the plastic rather, so you can see the eyes with inside the mask itself. Really nice texture. These spikes on the back of his head they're very sharp. It almost feel like toothpicks I don't know how they made this, probably resin, of course, but it's sharp. So you definitely want to be careful on dropping this, or even be careful just picking this up in general. The spikes on the back of his head is legit. Alright, so that's the head detail. You're going to receive a total of 3 sets of hands and 1 extra special hand. So you're going to get his holding hands, which is currently equipped on him. You're going to also get some balled fists. Get some balled fist hands, nicely weathered, nicely textured. Be careful on changing your hands out. I can't remember because it's been a minute since I did the review, and I just had something happen to my guts, which I will explain that later down the line. I'll probably make a video for it, but the peg broke on me, so I'm being really careful on what I equipped on my figure and keeping it on. So since his open palm hands is what I mainly use, I left those on instead of changing them back to the ball fist hands. Plus they fit in the box perfectly fine, so I would probably suggest if you do get him and you use those hands to hold his weapons, you definitely want to just leave it as is. This is his open palm hand. Now these hands are pretty stiff due to the fact that I think because of the heavy paint job on them and the weathering on them kind of made it that way. So these are not flexible hands, so you don't want to try to force nothing. Alright, so you're going to get 2 of those. Then you're going to get these chopstick hands, and this is solely for the right hand. I'm sorry, not chopstick hands, chopstick hand. This is solely for the right arm, and they actually do work. And the reason why you get chopstick hand, he actually comes with his pack of Goza that he loves so much. Alright, and let me show you how that looks. What's nice about this, and what I mean by just details on top of details, that ThreeZero compacted. First of all, look at the paint job on the box. It's nicely weathered. Look like real old tin. That's the cover for it. That fits nicely on there. If we look inside there, try not to lose nothing. This is the actual chopstick itself, which looks like a little toothpick. But you're going to get 2 of those. And let me see if I can get a nice, so you can see it. You have some loose Goza in there, and then you have like these long segmented pieces as well. And what's also nice, put this back in the box. What's also nice about this, you can actually separate that, which will reveal more. And these all capable of actually being removed out the box. So I think that's a really nice cool touch. Alright, so that's one of the accessories you're going to get. You're also going to get a set of 4 knives. 2 are identical and the other 2 are different. So to kind of give you an example, this right here is one of his knives. Really nice detail, really nice texturing on the handle itself. Blade is nice and clean, and what I mean by that, straight, it's not bent. This is a nice piece of plastic. It does feel durable, but it doesn't feel flimsy. It's just that perfect material. Nice weathered rust stains on it, almost look like old blood stains on it that dried into the metal. Looks really good. Alright, and you're going to get 2 of those of that particular knife. They're equipped onto his waist. I'll show you exactly what I mean. And that's where they go. So one goes here, and then the other goes on that side. Alright, you're going to get this knife, which is also really nicely done. Weathered on the blade as well. Handled is nice and weathered, nice and sleek. Looks really good. This knife actually goes on his shoulder. Now this shoulder case, some people placed it in different spots. I placed it where they show it's advertised. It is somewhat of a pain. My suggestion is once you put it in, leave it in and don't take it out. And you can, what's nice about it, you can actually put this back in the box with that case already equipped it onto the figure, and it'll still fit perfectly fine. So if you are one of the people that have to put your stuff back in the box for whatever reasons, don't be concerned and have to remove it. You don't have to. You can actually leave it in and it'll be perfectly okay. Alright, so you're going to get that. And if you notice, that case is nice and weathered. Also is a different shape from the other two blades I showed you. And then he's going to get one last blade. This is more detail and it's huge. Now, in the book, you see him using this blade in different parts of the book. But I'm wondering, because unfortunately they don't tell you, or they don't give you no description of what you're actually dealing with. But I just got further in the book, and it's a particular weapon that's in the book called the kitchen's knife. And this is it. And the kitchen knife looks exactly like this, but it has a feather, or almost like something hanging from the bottom of it. So I don't know if this is the earlier knife that he carries in the book, or is it that particular weapon. Unfortunately, they don't tell you, but this is nicely weathered. Bunch of crappy scratches all in it. Looks really, really good. Like I said, I'm really, really happy with this figure. This actually goes on the back of him in these two pieces of fabric that hang from the back. You pretty much just plop it like that and it hangs in place. So what I like about this figure, all his weapons are equipped. You don't have to worry about nothing just dangling around on them. They all can be placed in proper places or whatever. You're going to get an extra face piece. What's nice about this is magnetic. It gives him a more mean look, the look that he gives in the book. I'll bring this up close so y'all can see it. And let's push this back. And by the way, when you're changing out the head, it's extremely easy. No fight with it at all. You're actually going to have way more ease removing the head and changing the head out versus changing hands probably. So I would say don't worry if you want to put them with the other face on. You can definitely do that and there won't be a problem. The magnet on this is pretty damn strong, which is great. And you literally just put it like that. And it stays into place. And nothing coming out. It's perfectly fine. Alright, so I would say this is definitely a really, really nice piece. The details are definitely there. I really, really enjoy this figure. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, let me lay him down because I don't need him falling off, just because since he's a lot larger, he might go off the table. You're going to get these exclusive items as well. The exclusive items comes in a box like this. Alright, it comes with the canister that actually held his severed head in. And I'll show you how that looks. And what's cool about this item, it actually has quite a bit of things attached, and you can make different scenarios. It's really, really dope. So let me pour this out 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. Alright. And I'll explain to you exactly what this is about. So this is what's nice also about this figure. So these exclusive pieces that you receive is really dope. So what it is this severed head, which you can remove either one of those heads off and place this onto the neck joint, right? So that you can display him like he got his head cut off. But what's really dope, they give you this adapter, right? This black adapter, and what you do is you put it in the severed part of the head, like so. Okay, and when you do that, now you can actually put this part of the severed head on it. You can line it up to where it's supposed to be or whatever, and then you can give him the dead face look, which I also think is extremely nice touch. Also was dope you can actually pull this off, which reveals his brain, and his brain is removable. You can actually take the brain out. See if I can get it out for y'all. Here we go. It's not hard. Really, really nice touch. So you're going to get that. And then you're going to get the container that holds the severed head that was in the book. Also has, like, I guess his name or whatever written on the side of it. The date is nice and rusty and dirty looking. The top is, everything is really nicely done. And you can actually pull that off like so. What's cool is these items that they're on eBay. And it's these little Goza men, and the Goza men are sold separate. They're not meant for the. They're actually meant for the toy, but I didn't know that, so I'm probably gonna end up ordering me some just because I want it. And you can actually have the little Goza men hanging from the top of his canister if you want to. So like I said, this is a really, really nice touch as an add-on piece. It's already great that he comes with so much as is, and then you're just getting that extra, which makes everything just so much better. Alright, so that is all of his accessories from the exclusive. Now, on to articulation, and this shouldn't take too long. I'm actually going faster than what I went the first time I did it, so that's really good. Now, articulation-wise, you can look about that far down. Okay, you can look about that far up, but be careful, because when you do that, most time the head comes off. The head isn't loose, but just the fact of trying to make certain gestures with the neck, it just have the tendency not to stay on. So you can do a full 360 look around if you like. Be careful, you don't want his spikes to get snagged onto his hoodie, so I would definitely watch out for that. What's nice also about this hoodie, it has Velcro in the back, Velcro up here, and if you want to keep the hoodie from going up, you just push down on it and it stays down. That was a really nice touch from them. You also have workable string or for his hoodie to actually tighten it, so that's really nice. All of his straps are removable. I would probably say I wouldn't try it unless you just want to do it, because there's a lot of things attached to one another. So when you take it off, you might have a problem trying to reapply it back to the figure. So, but everything is for the most part removable. I haven't actually attempted, because much as I like this figure, I don't want to do nothing to botch up anything. Alright, so as for shoulders, scroll down just a little bit and let's push them back up a tad bit so y'all can see. Shoulders have the door hinge type joints. They go back pretty damn far. Really, really nice touch. The arms can do, and you can hear the ratchet as well. The arms have really nice range. Goes up quite a bit. I'm really happy with this figure. You can do about that far going up from the shoulder. The suit kind of hinders that, but not a big deal. What human you know is going to make his arm go full 360 around, so it is what it is, or lizard man for that matter. You're going to get swivels at the biceps as usual, almost 1/6 scale figures. The suit kind of hinders it, so be careful a little bit doing that. You get a double hinge joint, and his hand decided to come off. So let me go ahead and just put that right there. I don't feel like trying to fight with it. But yeah, you get double hinge joints in the elbow, the standard peg joint that's in the wrist, which allows you to get just a little bit of range. You can't do too much due to the fact the hard plastic hand kind of prevents you from doing any angles because it's in the way. So you won't get too much. You can do the whole rotation without a problem, but actually ratcheting it up and down is kind of a problem. Now going down to the abdomen, you get a nicer bit actually. You get about that much from the ab joint. Get about that much from the ab joint without moving his waist. Okay, and then if you move in his waist, get a little bit over. So that's a really, really nice touch. Alright. What's nice, his legs or from the hip joint itself. Oh, rotation wise, you can't really rotate too much because his outfit is mad bulky, and not only that is bulky, is the fact that it's kind of it just hinders that swivel movement. I'm going to lower the camera a bit so I don't have to lift him so high. Give me 1 second. Alright. Leg wise, his legs can actually go all the way out if it wasn't for the suit. So the suit kind of prevents that. He only get about that much range. Now going up though, not a problem. Leg go fully out. Knee, double hinge, really nice bend. You got a swivel at the thigh as usual. Going down, his ankle was probably the best ankle I've seen so far on a 1/6 in a while. It reminds me of Metacom merged with your standard 1/6 figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus real quick. What's nice, it allows you to do the rotation, right? But what's cool, this gesture right here gives him super wide stances, but what is designed like Metacom. But then when you get down to this part, it's designed like your standard 1/6 because he can actually do this as well. So this is really, really nicely done. Also, be careful when bending the leg due to the fact that his knee pads are velcroed on, and you don't want that velcro to get worn out because eventually they won't stay on. So out of everything, for the 2.0 review, I hope this was a lot better than the first. I'm sorry that the first one was pretty bad due to it being dark. At the time I didn't have my lights, but now since I had lights, it made it a little bit more easier. But I will say, once again, if you was thinking about getting this figure, I would say 100% grab it. Some of the prices have shot up kind of high due to the fact, you know, it's been out for a while now. He runs, I think he costed, if I'm not wrong, I think he cost, $190 when he dropped. I think, I could be wrong. I think it was the $190, but now you have to pay about $250 to $300 depending on where you're looking. I would say keep an eye out. Price I can definitely see dropping just because not too many people know about Dorohedoro. So it probably shot up because people just thought they was going to make a nice buck off of you, but then eventually they'll probably get sick of it and then lower the price, and you can probably find it for a good cost. So that is my review of Caiman, and I hope y'all enjoyed the review, and please come back to check out more reviews. I do have something special coming in. Hopefully it get here soon. And I got a crazy story about that as well that I'll be sharing with y'all. And once I fix my guts figure, I'll express to you about some of the customer service with ThreeZero. Yeah.